Welcome to Negosyente, ang programang naghahatid sa inyo ng mga kwento at kaalaman tungkol sa pagninegosyo. Kilalanin natin ang mga kahangahangang kababaihan at ang kanilang mga kwento sa Usapang Babae. Sa kwentong negosyo naman, sama-sama tayong matutong magsimula at magpatakbo ng negosyo. Tignan natin kung sino ang maswerteng tatanggap ng dagdag puhunan sa Puhunan Plus. All these and more. Ito si Roda Castro Kaliwara, your resident Pinay entrepreneur. At ito ang Negosyente. Our guest for today is known for her active pursuit of the use of digital for good and creating a community called Global Women Who Rule, or GWWR. Fine arts graduate, major in advertising, and she's the president and the chief executive producer of the New Channel Media Corporation. Please welcome on the show, Apple Esplana Manansala.
Thank you, Ms.
Hi,
Roda.
how are you? Thank you for traveling all the way from Makati ba? Going to Quezon City, pero syempre walang-wala yan kasi pag-uusapan natin yung global community
Yes.
that you established.
Yes.
Kumusta ka, by the way?
Thank you, Ms. Roda, for having me here on your show. Mabuti naman, medyo pagod because may galing ako sa mga activities from
Outside of the
from
country?
outside of the country. So May has been really a very, very busy month for the new channel and for Global Women Who Rule. And it's the first time actually for the past 4 years of the business na naging ganito sa sobrang busy yung May.
You created a community
Yes.
for women.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about this? When at paano mo siya create? Paano to nagsimula?
Actually, it really started when I was doing the new channel already.
By the way, the new channel is a digital platform.
Yes, it's a digital platform primarily for a live stream channel. I was just helping our shows to have shoots, to have online platform, to have the concepts itself. And then many people at the time were also mentioning to me, don't you want to come up with something of your own? Kasi kaya mo naman, kaya mo rin mag-host and all of that. So I decided to create something. I sat down, I really thought of something na ano ba yung gagawin ko na gusto kong gawin for the next 10 years of my life. So since we already have the platform, sabi ko, why don't I use this platform to create another women community which is already existing in some naman, pero it will allow Filipino women from different parts of the world to have some sort of like sisterhood. But there's a business, component to it. Parang I want them to be able to have an opportunity to have people in the Philippines or women in the Philippines who can be their allies if they have community projects, may mapagkakatiwalaan sila, and vice versa. For example, pupunta rin ako sa ibang bansa, gusto kong mag-create ng event doon, sino bang mga lalapitan ko? Ano bang gagawin ko? Ang dami rin kasi at the time, because this was happening during the beginning of pandemic, ang daming gustong tumulong, kababaihan sa atin, no? Pero kukonti yung napagkakatiwalaan. So I said, if you have a community, and the heart of the community is charity, then you teach people not to be afraid to help, and yung help nila mapupunta sa tamang tao. And then, you will also be able to use the voices of these women na i-group mo for the betterment of other people. And yun talaga yung pinaka-importanting inisip ko doon, Miss Roda. Kailangan yung gagawin ko, hindi ko siya gagawin dahil gusto ko lang siyang gawin ngayong pandemic. Kailangan yung gagawin ko siya kahit after the pandemic.
So Global Women Who Rule, or
Yes.
GWWR, was created in 2021, as you
Yes.
said. And so far, ano na yung mga achievements, yung mga accomplishments since its inception in 2021?
To be able to group less than 100 Filipino women, empowered Filipino women at that, coming from different industries in space, gano'n na siya kalayo, technology, health and wellness, mental health. Grouping these people is really the biggest accomplishment. Kasi never in
And
my...
you were able to do that?
Yes. At this point, we already have 88 profiles. No, we call the people that we're engaging as part of the community as profiles. So at any given point, and you are one of them,
Thank
at any
you.
given point that you want to meet up with some of these women from abroad, they should be able to accommodate you and come up with something together. Even here in the Philippines, they always encourage me to have meetups. And I think for me, that's the biggest accomplishment because I've never really imagined that these women, these powerful women, will actually trust someone like me to group them together. So yun yung, I think, yung major
And
accomplishment.
the word there is trust.
Yes.
These women trust you.
Thank you. Thank you. You, one of them, thank you for trusting me.
Okay, you've been doing a lot of things, you've accomplished a lot of things, and you have achieved a lot of things. Now, question, meron ka pa bang gustong ma-accomplish? Meron pa ba?
So, ang hirap sagutin actually ng what else do I want to do? I guess at this point in life, ang pinakasagot ko dyan is I just want to be consistent. It's very important to be consistent. And at the same time, it's very hard to be consistent. Like running a show, diba?
Correct.
You have to shoot, you have to think of what to release.
Regardless kung pagod ka,
Diba?
puyat ka.
Diba?
And there's a
And
follow-up question, ha? If you had a bucket list,
Mm-hmm.
what would be on top of that list?
Hindi ko alam. Personally, siguro magpapayat. Pero I know it's not. But towards the magpapayat, para makarelate yung mga viewers natin, I think to stay healthy. That's part of my top list. Because I also feel like for me to be able to accomplish all the things that I want to do in life, kailangan ko maging healthy, di ba? And hindi na masyado nagmamatter yung any material thing. Staying healthy is really on top eh. Kasi my son is only 10-year-old right now. I'm 42. And I want to be able to be there when, when he becomes an engineer and when he puts up, a nice house of his own, part of his list. So, yun ang bucket list ko. Wala na masyado sa sarili ko, I think.
So maraming salamat for your time. Thank you very much for being on the show. On Usapang Babae. So, and maraming salamat dahil sa kagaya mo, ang digital space, ang digital world is a better place.
Thank you, Ms. Rhoda. Thank you also for your time. And thank you because you've acknowledged the fact that all these things that I'm doing, all these things that we are doing, should be able to give more value to people and appreciate the use and not the abuse of digital only for good.
For Usapang Babae, ako, Ixuana Manantala.
Thank you, Ms. Rhoda.
At ngayon, isang mahalagang mensahe mula sa Youth Delegate ng Pilipinas sa 2023 United Nations Climate Change Conference na ginanap sa Dubai. Women's Voices is brought to you by SM Supermalls.
Brought to you by SM Supermalls.
Stand before you today as the first Philippine youth delegate. My appointment shows the importance our government places on the role of the youth in climate action and the acknowledgement that it is our future at stake.
Hi, I'm Javier Estevilio, and I'm 18 years old. Something I've always been really passionate about is storytelling. When I was younger, I used to tell stories through making funny movies with my friends. And as I've grown older, I've been telling stories through fashion, sport, and the people I meet, which is something that's really important to me. But to me, the most important story of all is the story of climate. We're in the Philippines, a country that is quite vulnerable to the effects of climate change. And so it's incredibly important that we make ourselves aware, but also make other countries aware so that we can have a support system financially in order to face the issues of climate change in the future. As the youth, it is our responsibility to keep this fight moving and continue collaborating with one another because this is the issue of our generation. I know this sounds like a huge issue, but you can contribute as one person. When I went to the Conference of Parties last year in Dubai, I saw so many amazing grassroots initiatives from the Philippines, and I've seen how big their impacts are on their own communities, and I know that you can do it as well. Just by informing yourself on the data, science, and the necessary skills to tackle smaller issues within your community, you're going to be creating a much bigger difference than you think. And these small actions, they add up to create a huge impact within our country, but also a resounding impact within the world.
Brought to you by SM Supermalls.
Naghahanap ba kayo ng proudly Philippine-made na pangregalo? Meron na akong alam na online store for that. Tara, puntahan natin ang Liwayway.
The YYPH, it's already 6 years. So we started actually the brand because of our foundation. So yung mom ko, she's French and she's the director of the Dilipin Foundation. Pumunta siya dito in the Philippines first as a humanitarian worker. And then after 6 months, bumalik siya sa France and then nag-decide siya na babalik siya because she fell in love with the Philippines. So until now, almost 30 years, nandito pa din siya. 'Di ba mahirap mag-antay ng donation? So, yung gusto namin is kami mismo gumawa ng paraan para mag-produce ng income, para ma-sustain yung mga project namin sa foundation. So, basically, yung play center, yung main idea is, tell me how you play and I will tell you how you are. Yung play therapy nating tinatawag is yung matututo yung mga bata sa pamamagitan ng paglalaro. Doon sila yung mga basic na kailangan mo mag-antay ng turn, and then kailangan mo pag may ginamit ka, ibabalik after. Di ba from sa bahay nila, most of the time walang upuan. And then pagpunta sa school, nire-required sila ng mga teacher, kailangan umupo from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., di ba? So, kasi sa paglalaro, di ba, most of the time, for example, sa mga squatters area or sa mga area na underprivileged yung mga bata, walang time yung mga bata na maglaro. Kasi, di ba, gagawa sila utusan ng nanay, mag-aalaga sa kapatid. So, wala talaga silang time na maging bata lang. Sa center before, dito sa Parañaque, I was one of the first batch ng, we call that Batang Urchins. Kasi in French, the name of the foundation is Orsa, which is urchins. Kasi sabi nga nila, yung urchins daw sa labas, matinik. Parang yung mga bata sa streets, matatakot ka tignan yung mga bata kasi madudungis. Pero sa loob nila, iba yung urchins, they're soft. So before yung brand, meron na talaga kaming mga suppliers kasi my mom, she used to get and design with the local artisans. And then, binabago niya yung mga designs para maging saleable sila sa international clientele. So, after nyan, sabi ko, bakit hindi na lang gumawa tayo ng sarili nating brand na yun nga, yung design niya yung gagawin para sa sarili naming brand. So, doon nag-start yung Liwayway. So, para sa akin, siya yung head, lahat ng ideas na isip niya kasi ang dami niyang ideas. And then afterwards, sinasabi niya sa akin, ito gusto kong gawin to. So, doon kami paano namin gagawin, sino yung certain artisans na makikipag-collaborate kami. For example, yung resin namin, yung bookends, merong jeepney, Bonifacio and Jose Rizal bookends, gawa sa Paete. Before, nag-work kami din sa Abra, sa mga baskets. Sa Leyte naman, yung mga placemats, banig, Alba, yung mga raffia. Sobrang lucky namin sa mga client namin kasi every time after namin ma-deliver, sila pa yung nagte-thank you sa amin na, thank you so much, parang I love my skirt. So, meron kaming tagline na Adapt Filipino Luxury. Kasi kapag sinabi natin na parang Philippines, first word na maiisip mo siguro, traffic, pollution, garbage, or not very positive, di ba? So, parang inisip namin, I think it's time na sabihin natin, may luxury sa Philippines. Kaya yung items namin, especially yung porcelain, fine porcelain siya. Last porcelain factory in the Philippines, which dati may more than 100 tayong factory. So ngayon, isa na lang siya. Maybe yung goal in the future is madala yung items sa ibang bansa. Siguro is makahanap kami ng partner sa ibang bansa para more accessible siya sa mga Filipino na nasa ibang bansa. Kasi actually, yun nga yung sinasabi ng mga client namin na parang, for example, yung jeepney salt and pepper shakers namin, kakaiba siya na usually kasi pag magdadala ka ng pasalubong, sabi nila, parang mug lang or cup or t-shirt, yung usual na or pagkain. So, ito naman kasi yung inisip kasi namin na ano yung pwede mong maidala na hindi malaki, hindi na pwede mo ding magamit.
Sa ating bagong segment na Kwentong Kabayan, tunghayan natin ang mga success stories ng mga dating OFWs na ngayon mga successful entrepreneurs. Hatid sa inyo ng BDO.
I'm Elaine Figueroa. I'm a registered nutritionist dietitian here in Philippines. Ang rason ko po sa pag-alis sa bansa natin, nahihirapan po akong maghanap ng trabaho dito. Isang taon mahigit po akong walang trabaho. Pero dahil sa isang oportunidad na sinabi sa akin ng aking kaibigan, nag-apply po ako sa Singapore. Nakapasok po ako sa isang hotel. So, nagsimula po ako bilang waitress sa isang restaurant doon. Tapos po, lumipat ako sa bar ng 5 taon. After that, lumipat naman po ako sa F&B office nila, kung saan natuto po akong makipagsalamuha sa iba't ibang mga departamento ng hotel. Sa tingin ko ay handa na po ako magbukas ng sarili ko pong restaurant dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya naman po nagbukas po kami ng aking kaibigan ng restaurant sa BGC. Buti na lang po, merong BDO Remittance Center. So, from dun sa bangko namin, diretso na po yun sa BDO Kabayan Savings namin. I'm glad na hindi ko na po kailangang isipin pa yung remittance namin from Singapore to Philippines. So, I'm glad with continuing with BDO in this new journey with Maker N.
Nako, saan na naman kaya napadpad ang negosyente para mabigay ng dagdag puhunan? Andito tayo ngayon sa Tumana, Marikina City, kung saan maghahanap tayo ng isang maswerteng micro-entrepreneur ay mabibigyan ng dagdag puhunan. Tara. Hello po! Ano pang pangalan ninyo?
Teresita Doninya.
Teresita
Doninya.
Doninya.
Opo.
Matagal na ho ba kayong nagbebenta rito?
Opo.
Ako pa pala si Roda, sa negosyente. So, ano pong mga binibenta? Mga isda. Okay.
Tinapa.
Mga tinapa.
Dahil.
Kayo pong gumagawa.
Opo.
Okay, anong oras po kayo nandito?
Alas 3.
Alas 3 ng hapon. Hanggang anong oras po kayo?
Mga ano po, mga alas 9.
Alas 9. Okay, mahirap po bang benta?
Di naman.
Malakas?
Di naman. Mahina ngayon. Kahapon malakas.
May mga suki na ho ba kayo na nagpupunta rito para bumili regularly ng inyong paninda?
Opo.
Okay, magkakano ho ang isang ganito?
Ito po 30, ito po 50.
Okay, so magkano ho kayo sa isang araw na benta?
Ano, mga ano po, mga 5K o kaya 7, ganyan, pag malakas.
Sa isang araw?
Opo.
Pero
Kasi malakas, maano naman po ang isda, mahal, tsaka ang puhunan, malaki.
okay. So okay, Aling Teresita ang tanong, gusto mo ba ng dagdag puhunan?
Oo naman po.
Okay, mula sa negosyente, ito po, at kay Ninang Sara, okay, makakatanggap kayo ng 5,000 pesos ngayon.
Oy, thank you po. God bless po sa inyo, ma'am.
Okay, so,
Salamat.
ito po,
Nay.
bilangin po ninyo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Salamat po. Salamat.
Negosyente,
Negosyante
at kay
at kay
Ninang
Ninang
Sara.
Sara.
Maraming
Maraming po
salamat.
salamat.
So congratulations po, Aling Teresita.
Opo, salamat po. Makakadagdag po ito sa puhunan ko. Salamat.
Congratulations sa ating winner sa linggong ito. Antabayanan nyo kami ha. Baka naman next week nandiyan kami sa lugar ninyo. Diyan nagtatapos ang programa sa linggong ito. Ako si Roda Castro Kaliwara na naniniwalang pag may negosyo, may trabaho.
Marami po salamat sa inyo sa pagtulong niyo po sa amin. At sana po, marami po kayong matutulungan na tulad ko